Okay, so yesterday I posted that video of the mom who was in Little Caesars and was losing her mind because she was 60 cents short on her order. We all talked about it in the comment section. I read a lot of comments. People were, of course, like I said, very divided on the situation. I did express that I do have some like sympathy for her because I was homeless and I know what it's like to be hungry, and I never want to see a mom and her child be hungry. But like I said, I feel like there was so many different ways she could have gone about that situation. Now, the purpose of this video is because in my video, I gave a couple of examples of what she could have done with $7 rather than throwing a fit over a $7 pizza at Little Caesars. And I noticed that the people in my comments, some people were just like, yeah, that's fucking impossible in this economy. You're not doing that with $7. So while I was out running some errands and actually getting some groceries for myself, I decided to track some prices on the way of things that you can get under $7. And I made a list for y'all. See, because let me tell you something. I'm the budget queen. I was homeless. I know how to stretch a dollar. And see, people are so wrapped up around name brands and the economy and all this other shit that they're like, $7, that sounds impossible. Trust me, sweetheart, it's not impossible. It's very doable. You might not have the healthiest options. You're not gonna have the name brand options, but it's doable. Okay, so starting with option number one, I said peanut butter and you could do peanut butter and banana sandwiches. So you can get bread, a loaf of bread costing in my area between $1.25 and $1.75. That is the store brand bread, not the name brand bread, okay? Peanut butter, a small jar between $1.25 and $2, store brand, not name brand. Bananas, you can get a bunch of bananas, $3 to four bananas for about $1 to $1.50. In total, that right there is going to cost you between $3.50 to $5.25, and then it leaves you a little room for like if you want to find a fruit cup, a snack, or something to drink. Option number two, rice and beans. You can do 1 pound of rice for about $1 to $1.50. You'll see they have the little bags. Get you a pound of rice. Get you a can of beans. That's about $1 to $1.50. Or you can do frozen mixed vegetables, about $1.25 to $2. I have a whole bunch of frozen mixed vegetables that I bought for like $1.25 each, and it's a whole bag of them. You can make like 2 meals out of it. And of course, prices vary depending on where you're shopping and where you're located. But for these basic items, non-brand, you're going to get this same price range in almost every state. Okay, option number three, spaghetti dinner. You can do a box of pasta, which is about $1 to $1.50. You can do a jar of pasta sauce, which is about $1.50 to $2.50. And then you can do even garlic bread, which is optional, about $1.50 to $2.50. Now that's going to total you around $4 to $6.50. Let's see, number four, I put breakfast for several meals. Now you can do a dozen eggs, which ranges from $1.75, $2 to $3.50. You get you a loaf of bread, that's $1.25 to $1.75. Get you some bananas, that's $1 to $1.50. Total, $4.25 to $6.75. Number five, which was my favorite. I used to make me some gourmet ramen, okay? Now, you get you the 5-pack of ramen, that's about $1.50 to $2. You get you some frozen vegetables or get you a canned vegetables. That's about $1.25 to $2. Get you some eggs, dozen of eggs ranging $2 to $3.50. Mix you up a nice little Korean style ramen soup. Boil some eggs, add the little frozen vegetables in there, make that ramen. That shit is delicious when you hungry, okay? That totals to about $4.75 to $7.50, okay? So that one just a little bit over, but it depends on if you want to add the frozen vegetables or not. But you can stretch that into multiple meals. Okay, now, what was that? Number six? Okay, so if you don't have a stove, you can do peanut butter, like I said, $1.25 to $2. You can do bread, $1.25 to $1.75. Bananas, $1 to $1.50. Applesauce, $1.25 to $2, totaling around $7.25. Number seven, you can do a rotisserie chicken. Now, rotisserie chickens The store sells them discounted later in the day if nobody buys them out. So always check out your local grocery store if they sell them discounted later in the day, and then come at that time and get you a rotisserie chicken for a little bit cheaper. A rotisserie chicken will range around $5 to $7. And mind you, you can just literally stretch that by itself. Get you a loaf of bread, 125 to $1.75. That totals you around 625 to like 875. Like I said, a little bit more, but still in the range, close to the range. And you can make several sandwiches with rotisserie chicken and bread. This one is pretty good. This one, number 8, a bean burrito. Now, tortillas are about $1.50 to $2.50. Get you some refried beans. They're $1 to $1.50. Get you some shredded cheese, a small bag. That's $2 to $3. And tortillas, it comes with a whole bunch of them in that package, and you can make you a bunch of little bean burritos. That'll be about $4.50 to $7. Where was I? I'm on number 9. Okay. Oatmeal and fruit. So get you some oatmeal. You can do whatever fruit you like. You can do some blueberries. They have the little pack of blueberries. Those are like $3. Get you some oatmeal anyways. That'll be about $2 to $3. You can get you the big box, or you can get you if you want to do the mixed flavors, those are a little bit more though. Get you some bananas, slice up some bananas, drop it in there. Bananas $1 to $1.50. Get you some peanut butter. Peanut butter tastes really good in oatmeal, and peanut butter is very filling. That is $1.25 to $2. That'll total you about $4.25 to $6.50, and you can make several breakfasts and several snacks with that. When I went to Dollar General to pick me up some Lysol spray, I took a look at these prices. Now, bread, a loaf of bread I found for $1.25. Peanut butter was $1.25. Crackers, $1.25. Applesauce, $1.25. Canned soup, $1.25. All of those totaling $6.25. So yes, I hope that this helped somebody. But yes, I know that $7 isn't a lot of money, but you can definitely stretch $7. And you don't need to hassle people and try to get them to lose their job over a pizza at Little Caesars. Okay, get you something that you could make several meals for your child. And people have to understand, when you're struggling, you don't have the luxury of eating what you want. I understand pizza tastes better than a fucking slap of peanut butter on some bread, but guess what? That peanut butter and bread is going to feed you for several days. And if you don't believe me, the next time that you are at your local grocery store, and don't go to the most expensive grocery store in the fucking neighborhood. Fuck the Walmarts. Fuck the big time grocery store. Go to the Dollar General. Go to the Family Dollar. Go to them little bootleg grocery stores in your neighborhood and look at the prices of the non-brand foods, and you will see, when you have a budget and you have no other option, you can survive. And I noticed that some people in the comments too about the video were like, you should give her some grace, like she's a starving mom. And I understand that. That's why I said I do have sympathy for her. But I feel that you never know when somebody else is struggling too. I can't tell you how many times working as a cashier, I had not even a penny in my bank account. So I couldn't afford to spot anybody even 5 cents for their order, okay? And a lot of companies are not playing that, especially if you're somebody who's tardy, running late. You never know what that employee has going on with their manager, that 60 cents could be their last straw. And unfortunately, they just can't do it. But like I said, she could have asked for the manager. She could have gone about it differently. If she really wanted that pizza for her and her kid, she could have just asked the manager, and the manager probably would have let her go for fucking 60 cents. But when you pick up your phone in today's society, and the first thing you're doing is you're just lashing out, being angry, trying to blame somebody else for your struggles, trying to make somebody go viral, and literally take the food and the money out of their pockets and the food out of their mouth because you're angry for the moment, you're not helping anybody. You're definitely not helping your situation either. Because what a lot of people are not realizing, that woman has a car, that woman has a house, that woman has a job. She's a beautician, she does hair. She just came up short on money that day. It's not like she's struggling super fucking hard every day. She's just living like every other American. You don't have it all, and some days you really don't have shit. But at the end of the day, you don't know if her situation could have been better than that cashier situation. Because guess what? When I was homeless and I was sleeping in alleys and sleeping on church steps, I had a job. Yes, I had a job. I worked at Payless. I was getting like $7.25 an hour. And I was homeless. So at the end of the day, when I got off of work, I had nowhere to go. I slept in the street. So you never know who you're coming across or who you're trying to make viral because you're missing 60 cents on your order. So, like, at the end of the day, yeah, I have sympathy for her. I give her some grace, but not enough that you're going around trying to fuck up other people's livelihoods because you're having a bad day.